They said he was dead. But the sea remembers everything. His name was Ragnar Bjornsson, the man who refused to die. He fought storms, kings, and even the gods themselves. Yet no one ever found his grave. This is not just a legend. It is a story about courage, betrayal, and the will of a man who defied death itself. The year was 873 AD, an age when men worshipped thunder and steel. The north was ruled by jarls and blood oaths. A world of cold seas and colder hearts. Ragnar was born near the fjords of Trondheim, the son of a fisherman who dreamed of Valhalla. In childhood, he believed that only those who faced death with honor would be remembered by the gods. But fate does not choose heroes. Fate tests them. At 17, Ragnar led his first raid. By 25, his name was feared across the North Sea. They called him the Storm Wolf, because every time thunder came, so did his ships. But every man has an enemy he cannot see, and sometimes that enemy shares your blood. On the night of his greatest raid, Ragnar was betrayed by his own brother Eirik. When dawn came, his ship was set ablaze. Warriors fled as arrows filled the sky. The sea turned red with fire and iron. He fell to his knees, sword in hand, whispering to the gods, "If I die today, let my soul burn brighter than the sun." They found no body, no ashes, only shattered shields floating on the waves. The people said the gods had taken him, but the truth was far darker. Weeks later, during a storm, fishermen claimed they saw a man walking on the shore, his eyes glowing blue like frozen fire. No wounds. No breath. Only silence and vengeance. Every full moon, ships disappeared near that coast. The locals called it the Coast of the Unburied King. They said if you listened closely at night, you could hear oars striking water and a voice whispering through the wind, "Not yet, not yet." Some believe the dead do not rest when their honor is stolen. Historians dismissed the tale as folklore. Yet in 1897, explorers discovered ancient remains near those same cliffs. A skeleton pierced by English arrows, carbon dated nearly 1,000 years old. Beside the bones were runes carved into stone reading, "The man who refused to die." Some say Ragnar was a ghost. Others believe he was one of the Berserkers, warriors so devoted to Odin that death rejected them. But maybe the truth lies somewhere between myth and memory. Maybe legends live because people need them to. Maybe Ragnar never rose from the grave. Maybe his story survived because every man who refused to surrender carried a piece of him. Legends are not born from victories, they are born from pain, loss, and the strength to rise again. Every time you stand back up after defeat, every time you refuse to give up when everything falls apart, you awaken that same Viking spirit that says, "I may fall 100 times, but I will rise 101. You can kill a man, but you can never kill his will. Perhaps that is what makes us immortal, not blood, not war, not gods, but the courage to keep fighting even when the world wants us gone. Drums of war. There he swore an oath, to win honor without lies, to take nothing he could not defend, and to die with his face to the wind. The cliff kept his secret. The sea kept his name. Men spoke of him as a blade with a heartbeat, and a heart that would not break. His brother, Eirik, was not born cruel, he was born hungry. Hungry for land, for silver, for the song that names a man after he's gone. A winter seer once told them both, two wolves share one moon. Only one will be remembered. Ragnar laughed. Eirik did not. As the raids grew, so did that hunger. Eirik saw that every cheer for Ragnar was silence for him. And silence can become a storm. On the last night they spoke as brothers, Ragnar said, "Share my fame." Eirik answered, "I will share your fate." At dawn the ship burned like a second sun. Arrows hissed from the mist, oaths shattered like ice. Ragnar fell to his knees and whispered, If I die today, let my soul burn brighter than the sun. No body. No ashes. Only torn shields and the taste of iron on the wind. Weeks later the fisherman spoke, of a figure walking the shoals, eyes blue as winter lightning. Not bleeding. Not breathing. The coast earned a new name, the coast of the unburied king. There, oars creaked where no boat could be seen. And a voice drifted like frost, "Not yet, not yet." Some legends say Ragnar did not die. They say the sea took him into its cold lungs and spat him out beneath the cliffs, where a cave drinks daylight. He crawled through black water and woke in a chamber of stone, ringed with runes older than men who speak of kings. For 7 nights he fought himself, the fear, the rage, the wish to join his fathers. On the 8th, he stood, wrapped his wounds with strips of sail, and walked into a world that had forgotten his name, but not his oath. There were men in the north who worshipped battle the way others worship bread. Berserkers. They were storms wearing skin. One of them found Ragnar in the frost and said, "If you live, fight. If you won't fight, die." Ragnar learned the trance of the bear, the breath that makes pain into thunder. He learned to move when blood says, "Stop," to see when snow says, "Blind." But he kept one thing the berserkers could not teach, mercy. A blade can end a life, he would say. Mercy can save a soul. Some called it weakness. Others called it the one weapon the gods could not steal. Spring came like a slow drum. Ragnar built a boat from the bones of wrecked wood and the patience of long nights. He sailed not for gold, but for answers, following rumors of a warband led by a man who wore Ragnar's ring. In a village carved from wind and smoke, he found it. Eirik had taken his place, the old ring flashed on the betrayer's hand like a stolen sunrise. Ragnar stepped from shadow to firelight, and for the first time since the cliff, his voice did not tremble. "Brother," he said, "I came for what was mine, not silver. Not fame. Truth." The circle formed. Shields raised. The world grew small, 2 men, 1 blood, 1 moon. Eirik smiled like a cracked blade. "You should have stayed dead." Ragnar lowered his sword. "I did." The sea returned what it refused to keep. He offered Eirik mercy, exile, a boat, and the chance to be remembered for something better than envy. Eirik struck anyway. Not at Ragnar, at the villagers, at the children behind him. That is how cowards fight. Ragnar's blade moved once. Not twice. And there was silence where hunger had stood. Stories travel faster than ships. Some tell of a ghost that guarded the coast until the last thief learned fear. Others tell of a man who vanished after the duel, taking only the ring and a handful of ashes to the sea. Centuries later, in 1897, men with shovels and books found bones near those cliffs, pierced by English arrows, stained with pitch from a burned hull. Beside them, runes carved deep into stone. The man who refused to die. Was it Ragnar? A follower? Or a name men placed on any skeleton brave enough to face the tide? Truth in the north is like fog, not seen, but felt. At the end of the oldest version of the tale, a fisherman hears oars where there is no boat, and a voice like a winter star, not yet. Not yet the time to surrender. Not yet the hour to dim the fire. Stand with your face to the wind. Kiss the hands that pull you from the dark. Keep the oath no one knows but you. The Viking who refused to die, lives within you.